Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. This is Tuxedo Ian. We are getting back to our playthrough of Book of Hours. This will be video number 69 in our series. We're getting close to having the entire house opened, and we do have, I think, everything we need. We could go for an ending right now, but I want to keep playing for just a little bit longer and maybe see some more incidents, and maybe we'll see about going for a lighthouse victory. So, with that said, here we go. Let's see what we can get done today. So it is getting towards the end of spring. We have our last day of spring coming up here. We have this room down here, which we need scale or moth for. As soon as we get the barber tomorrow, we'll be able to open that one up. And then let's see. So we have this room over here, which needs 14 moon or 14 rose. And that's just about, those are the only two rooms we have left to open. We have the various caches that are down here that we could open up if we want to, but we don't really need to right now. So let's see, what do we have as lessons? We have a lesson for Tridesma Hera. We have lessons for preliminal meter and glazery and lightsmithing. So let's look at glazery and lightsmithing. So that's currently at level 4, so we need 4 lantern or sky memories for it, which I think we are cooking right here. Yes, we're cooking the memories for that. So let's see, I'm still trying to figure out how to get, we're going to get to the moon we need for that area, but we'll get to that shortly, I'm sure. So let's see here. We do have some packages that should be coming in probably tomorrow, I think. And should be starting a new incident in the morning when summer rolls around. All right. So there's sky, lantern, lantern, and sky. So we'll grab glazer and lightsmithing. 1, 2, 3, 4 memories, and our fascinated Faust, and a lesson, and improve that up to level 5. So while that's doing that, we need 5 memories now of lantern or sky. So we can do sky 1. We can do lantern 2. We can do lantern 3. We can do sky 4. And then we can use Singlefoot Song. Actually, we can come over here and we can make a Wistful Air. And that will do it for that. And then we have Tridesma Hera is at level 5, so we need 5 Moon or Grail memories for that one. So let's see, we can get started on some of those, I think. So we can get started. We can do that one for Moon 1. So Moon 1. Let's see. Grail 2. Moon 3. Moon 4. And then finally, we can do moon. We need Moon or Grail 5. We can do Gossip to give us 5. So that will get us that Tridesmahira used up, and next Glazery and Lightsmithing used. And we had the clouds we could have used for that as well, but oh well. Alright, Glazery and Lightsmithing at 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At the next level in Glazery and Loop. Come back here. Glazery and Lightsmithing. Lost. Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At last, I'm something of an authority in this, so that'll be level 6 now. And as soon as that's done, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 memories that we can use to upgrade Tridesmahira. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lesson. And then Moon or Grail. So we'll use an Arab for that. Upgrade that one to level 6. Then we have Preliminal Meter. We need 9 Rose or Knock memories. But we've got 1. Or 8 Rose or Knock memories. We've got 1 there. Let's see if we can find the rest. So that's going to be 2. 3. 4. 5. 'Rose or Knock'. 6. 7. And lastly but not least, we can make a Wistful Air. So I think that's all. Although if we wanted to, we could make a Gossip. Yes, we'll use a Gossip to preserve our Forbidden Epic. So that will be all 8 of the memories we need to upgrade Preliminal Meter to its final stage. Alright, 7 moon, 6 grail for that one. And then we still have 1 lesson, so we'll need 6 memories for glazery and lightsmithing, which we'll be able to do as soon as these finish cooking. Yep. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different memories with Rose or Knock. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And a lesson, and the shaft. And there is always more to learn. Improve this skill to level 9. So then the last thing we're going to do is we need 6 lantern or sky memories. So we will cook up another wistful air. And we can come over here and we can cook up, let's see, Sakralime. Nope, that does not make music. Strings and Songs makes cheerful ditty though. Or actually we can go over here. We have just enough time for that because we need to make an Ascendant Harmony. So we'll add that and make Ascendant Harmony. So that's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. We'll just have to wait the extra 30 seconds for that one for the Ascendant Harmony. Actually, we can make... I forgot we can also do a Beguiling Melody up here. Oh, this one. Make it out a Confounding Parable. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have the Confounding Parable coming in 20 seconds, or just about 20 seconds. And we'll use the Ascendant Harmony if we need it. Shouldn't. Alright then, so Glazery and Lightsmithing with Beguiling Melody, Cheerful Ditty, Wistful Air, Revelation, Hymn, and a Confounding Parable, a Lesson, and the Faust. And this is now level 7. When I thought I'd understood, I'd only begun. So now that night has fallen, let's look at our books we have to read and see if there's anything we can do to anything of these that we want to read right now. Book of Masks or 5 Creations. John Abydos. That's a simple one because that'll just get us a lesson for snow stories. So we can do Whist. And Putrefactions and Calcinations. Not enough. Quenchings and Quellings then. I can master this mystery. So that'll take us into the next day. And then we can start writing we should start writing invitations for our party. So let's see. We have Edge, so we can invite one of the Edge people. Do we have an Edge drink? No, but we can make one real quick. So we need an Edge drink. We can do the Shosh Jennings for that. Okay, so that's mostly empty, so we'll just drag that one over to the party. Oh, wait, since this one is a picnic, yeah, we should be able to hold a picnic with alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Okay, so let's start writing some invitations. Grab our typewriter up here and our book. So we want one of the Edge people, so we want Azita or Shaima. We'll do Azita, I think. Let's see, what else do we have? We were going to invite Strathcone, so we need something with lots of... There we go, we can invite Strathcone. Because we have some of his whiskey here, and we have the roast beef, which is scale. And he likes scale food and drink. Okay, Glazer and Lightsmithing. Let's see, what else do we have in our aspects here? We have Moon, so we can invite Dr. Peel back again. Because who doesn't like Dr. Peel? And then finally, we can do... do we have anything for Connie? Sky food and drink. We don't have anything for her. We do have Grail, Heart, Moon, Edge. We can get Agdistis. We need 3 Sky. And for a change, let's see. So let's see. Here one might have a picnic, but only in spring or summer. Okay, and we have a new incident being drawn. So let's also see. We can invite one of the townsfolk to come and help us out. So we could invite Denzel. You know what? Let's do that. Let's invite Denzel to come up. Invite Denzel up to Hush House. Denzel inclines his head in thanks. He has sent a gift ahead. Some potatoes. How nice. So we'll go and put those in our pantry. Denzel will attend the next salon in his cleanest clothes. Denzel knows more oddities than the average country blacksmith, but being both more taciturn and less erudite than some other visitors may be slightly less productive of lessons. So we'll go ahead and post our invitations out. Stamp, envelope, send. And there's all of our invitations sent out. And then we'll see who's coming in. We have a new incident being drawn. The affair of a visitor interested in a wound. The affair of the open reverend. In a highly specialized clinic in an obscure corner of the capital, specialists study the ecstatic agonies of the case known only as the open reverend, who once was the vicar of the parish of St. Agnes, Fore Street. The blessings of St. Agnes of the Fires and St. Agnes of the Shears are ungentle, but St. Agnes of the Threshold may be her cruelest aspect. So this is actually kind of a reference to one of the DLCs that was on Cultist Simulator where you could play as a priest. So we have Mr. Zachary Wakefield coming in. Marksman, detective, renegade. He has always been a quiet man, but since he left the Suppression Bureau, he has grown even quieter and terribly still, except for his fingers and for his eyes, always in restless motion. So we'll get started talking to him. Librarian, I can see you. If there's an incident card active, you can discuss it. If one has chosen to be opened, why would one wish to be closed? The priest has received the grace of gates. I will learn here what may pass through that gate. So let's find a low-level winter book for him. Oh, there we go. 4. The priest will open only outwards. A disappointing mode. But at least his suffering need not be drawn out any longer. And we have finished reading Chion at Abydos, a play dealing with the 9-year sojourn of a snow goddess to the Thracian city of Abydos by Apollo Fireweaver, in English published in 1892, purportedly from an older Greek text. The entity called Chion arrives in a blizzard and demands the city gates are barred. As Abydos falls under her spell, the dead return, but do not speak. For 8 years the city is in a place of slow death, frosty ecstasy, and silent beauty, but in the 9th year a conspiracy of shouts is mounted against the quiet that Chion demands. The conspirators open the city gates, and a scarred man comes to drag Chion out by the hair. Summer returns, but the conspirators die of remorse. Lesson in Snow Stories and a Memory of Regret. So let's see. Snow Stories is currently at level 4, so we need 4 moon or winter memories. We can go ahead and start those. And they will not interfere. So we have 1 winter memory with the regret there. So we need 7th voice, moon. That's moon 2. Moon 3. Said it was at level 4, so we need one more. Moon or Winter. We have Regret. We can do Oblations in Iron. That is Winter. So that gets us all the memories that we'll need for that. And our visitors are incoming. So let's see. Can we go ahead and trigger the picnic to start now? Must take place before dusk in spring or summer with at least 2 guests. My guests settle down to a picnic. All seated around the table. Instinct and Emotion. Add a Tryst card. And we got an achievement. Hot ice creams for cold days. Hosted a picnic. Azita describes skirmishes with bandits and customs guards along the roads of the east. Denzel sits with his arms folding, nodding occasionally. Disciplines of the Scar. Well, that one's already maxed out, so we'll be able to apply that to something else. Handy, handy. Conversation ebbs and flows. Raise a complex question. Add a whist card. For reasoned discussions. Yep, and there goes Mr. Wakefield. We got his card and a bronze Spintria. Fraser and Azita are agreeing a complex deal involving a sheep farming operation of Azita's in the Middle East. Furs and feathers. Is that one we even have? That's one we do not have, and that's a new skill for us. I'm surprised. I thought we had that one. Oh, well. Now, let's see. So we're going to have the ability to, as soon as these other memories, which are done now. So now we can level up Snow Stories. And we don't even have to use, we can use our Sick Health for that. So let's see, we're going to have Disciplines of the Scar, so Lantern and Edge. What can we use that on? We can use that on Sharps, Ragged Crossroads, Meniscate Reflections, Rural Contemplations. That one might be our best actions, I think, but we'll have some time to worry about that. Let's go back to our picnic and see. Ask about dreams at Fete. Fraser hopes to fund a ballet to help accelerate the development of the cross nature in his Kin Under the Cross. He hopes to employ Agdistis as a choreographer. Agdistis is clearly wary, but clearly tempted. We get purifications and exaltations for that one. Say something witty, add a shout. Snow Stories is now leveled up. Conversation C. Aaron begins an animated, if one-sided conversation with Denzel, treating him to an impromptu translation of the incandescent tantra. A great change requires a melting dissolution. Aaron's tone becomes more sibilant, and he sits very close to Denzel, who begins cautiously to smile. Well, now. Ooh, so we have 2 triggers. Fraser hoped to commission Agdistis as a choreographer. These two might have something else. I might say something else on the matter if you invite them back for another salon. Denzel and Aaron are enjoyed a unusually heated conversation. The 2 might have more to say if you both invite them both back for another salon. Lively conversation. Aaron and Denzel have discreetly established an affinity. So we add another Shapt card for more lively conversation. And there's our package from TRN. Azita is trying to begin a conversation about infantry tactics, but Denzel doesn't seem interested. Another lesson on disciplines of the Scar. So that'll be 2 extra lessons we have for that now. The lively picnic concludes. My guests leave happy. You've gained an additional potent memory. So we got a wild surmise. Eyes open, skies open. Well, that's one we haven't seen before. So throwing picnics gets us a wild surmise. So holding a dinner or luncheon gets us the curious hunch. This one gets us wild surmise, which actually helps us because we needed something with lantern. So we can go ahead, we can learn furs and feathers, since we don't have that one yet. And we can look and see, what do we have that has lantern on it? Because we have these lessons for disciplines of the Scar that we can use. So let's see, what has lantern? Auroral Contemplations, Inks of Revelation, Hieroglyphics, Sacro Solace, Watchman's Paradoxes. I'm thinking it might be best to go for Auroral Contemplations, because we know that that makes Porphyrin, and we can just make it easier to make Porphyrin. So we need 7 lantern or edge memories. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 already. So we just need 3 more. So lantern. Edge. Edge. And lantern or edge, lantern or edge. No, no. Oh, that's right. We can do Book of Cinders. For lantern. And since the Wild Surmise is not persistent, we will not be wasting it that way. Zachary Wakefield regretted that the open reverend would only open outwards, but expressed relief that his suffering need not be drawn out any longer. Furs and feathers. Beasts, birds, husbandry, and harvest. Scale and sky. Oh, and we got a lesson on transformations and liberations in there somewhere, too. Alright, so we were going to do Auroral Contemplation with a Discipline of the Scar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 memories. And then we can use the Faust. I approach mastery. And normally the way you get wild surmises is from burning history wax candles. There's our delivery from Cater and Hero. Okay, Royal Contemplations is now level 8. Which, you know, it is summertime, so we can go ahead and head to the next day here. And I think we'll go ahead and do one more day since we've kind of skimmed through those two, and just do one more day of leveling up our skills here, since we passed through those 2 days fairly quickly. So let's see what we're going to have to work with today. What kind of weather? We could max out transformations and liberations. Ah, we have sun. So we can do... Actually, we don't even need that for this. We can now come over here. We can use any of these with strings and songs. And a Faust to make Ascendant Harmony. And then we can make... So let's see. Bells and Brasseries. Does that make... That makes... We don't know what that one makes at 15 yet. Does make a Wistful Air, though. Which would be useful for Purification and Exaltations. Which is currently at level 2, so we can... Yeah. So we don't even have to use those. We can just do Wistful Air and the Shap, or the Core, and make a Wistful Air. So that's one for that. And it also needs... So Lantern or Sky. None of those, so we'll come over here. We'll grab one of our books over here. We'll do Foresight. That will get us Lantern. So that's our 2 for Purifications and Exaltations. So then we need, for Auroral Contemplations, we need a total of 8 memories of Lantern or Sky. Or we can do... Let's see, we can apply that preliminal meter somewhere. Let's do that. So we can do Knock or Rose. Let's see here. We can apply it, one of them, to Sand Stories. So that is Moon or Rose. So Moon, 1. Moon, 2. Moon, Rose, 3. And Gossip gets us our 4th rose. So that'll be for Sand Stories. And let's see, we need to make... We can examine a statue, or that'll let us touch, actually, so if we do that one. We can examine a statue and get sight. Wait just a minute here. There we go, so we're not overlapping ourselves. Then we'll read this. Oh, we have, well, actually we can do Zachary's card here real quick and get us a... We can note down Zachary's address. One is instructed to address the letter literally house, street, town, shire, country. It prefers winter food and drink. So this will get us our occult scrap, which gives us moth and moon, moth, rose, and knock. Well, we do have a history wax candle, aglyphotus scented candle there. We need a history wax candle, which I think we have some of those up here. Aglyphotus, history wax are beeswax. Ah, there we go, history wax. So yeah, we could make these with the history plant, the agave eterna. So we'll have to we'll actually go and harvest some of those so we can make another one, because it is blooming right now since it's summer. And then let's see. We're going to need, actually what we can do, we can turn that occult scrap, since we can make another one. We can come over here, and with preliminal meter, we can turn that occult scrap into a curious hunch, which gives us lantern as well. Definitely going to try and see if we can get that auroral contemplation up to level 9 today. I think we can do that. I think we'll have enough time for that. Baroness Eva, satirist, salonier, herpetologist, and last of the DeWolfs. So that's memory sight for us. So then we'll grab one of those history wax candles that was over here. And we'll investigate this with a whist. Light the candle. This will consume it. Trying to think what else we can get that makes light, that has light or edge. We can make a Torg's cleansing down here. And actually what we can do, we can make, so while we're doing that, we can come over here. We can use that memory sight. Nope, that's not enough edge to go to winning move yet. Over rural contemplations. It needs 10 edge, so we need one more edge something. And we have that forbidden epic. We can use that. That should make the difference. Oh, that's what we can do. That's another edge memory we can make with Edict's Marshal. We can make the old wound. Alright, so that's 1 and 2 memories, which we'll do here in What Have I Learned? The flame flickers, and the histories ripple. Wild surmise, eyes open, skies open. So let's grab purifications and exaltations before we forget what we were doing with that. Add those two and the lesson and our boss. And improve that to level 3. So then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 Moon and Rose memories for sand stories. We'll move that down here. And then as soon as our Ascendant Harmony here is done, we'll work on figuring out what we're going to do next. Okay, so there is our Ascendant Harmony. Okay, so we know that Didymos also has Lantern on it, but we may not need to make one. Let this one finish up. Okay, Purifications and Exaltations, and then we'll do Sand Stories. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the Forbidden Epic. So we need 3 more. We have the Torg's Cleansing coming. So that would make 6. Okay, so that's 6. So we just need 2 more Edge or Lantern. So we can do a Revelation. And we can do a Fear. And that gets us to 8. And let's see, is there anything else we can do so we can save maybe the Forbidden Epic? Lantern or Edge, we can do Contradiction. Anything else we can do to maybe save the Ascendant Harmony? Lantern or Edge? Lantern or... Oh, we can do Bittersweet Certainty. One of our song things makes Bittersweet Certainty. I'm pretty sure Oronoscopy does. Yes, it makes Bittersweet Certainty. Find a chilly insight in moonlight. So that actually will let us save both of the persistent ones, the Forbidden Epic and the Ascendant Harmony. There's our Curious Hunch. And the first of the agave plants, which we can set on the counter there. And harvest another, because we're going to want some. For cooking, if nothing else. And making history wax candles. So we can actually make a candle while we're waiting. So we have beeswax around somewhere. I know we do. Just finding where we've put them all. And I'm not seeing where we've put all of our beeswax. I know we had some, other than that one we used. Yeah, I'm sure it will show up sooner or later and I'll find it. And make another history wax candle. Did we have some down here somewhere? We had ambergris. Ah, there it is. There's the beeswax. So let's find a chandlery card, which I believe we have. I know we have chandlery. Insects and Nectars does chandlery. And we need moth. Make a beeswax candle or add a suitable second ingredient. So we can add one of the agave plants. And make a history wax candle to see how everything changes. There's our old wound. So we have more than enough that we'll be able to get Auroral Contemplations to 8. Or to 9, rather. Sand Stories is now level 5. Just waiting on these memories to finish cooking. Hold on to it. And yes, I know we're over on memories now, but we're going to make the best use of that. So, Auroral Contemplations, Bittersweet Certainty, you're there. Actually, we can save the old wound because it can be used elsewhere, and put in the Satisfaction or Revelation. And our Faust, and the Lesson, and there's always more to learn. Improve this skill to level 9. So let's see. We have Transformations and Liberations, Forge and Moth, or Knock and Rose. Let's see. Transformations and Liberations. We have the Forge and Moth. So we have 1 Moth, 2 Moth. We can go ahead and we'll start making a Didymos. Actually, I don't think we even need that. We think we might be able to make the Didymos down here now. Nope, we need just a little bit more to get to there. So we'll continue making the Didymos over here for the time being, but we only need 1 pipe for it now. Okay, so we'll make... No. We'll make ourselves a Wind in Waiting. And the other one that makes... It's not Locksworks and Clockworks. It's not Ornoscopy. Yeah, Ornoscopy makes a Didymos, doesn't it? I believe. Okay, it makes the Didymos at 15, but we can't get it to 15 just yet. We could, however, get there with a Newman. Just need a Sky Newman, which we can get with towards a fundamental aesthetic. Okay, so that will be our Didymos made. The flames will flicker and the histories ripple. So we'll set this over here for now. Actually, we'll put it back where we got the other one from, up in the alcove up here at the altar. Alright, Auroral Contemplations is now maxed. 10 Lantern, 9 Edge. To know what will pass in what has passed. The practitioners of this discipline see endings and beginnings, passages and transitions in the same mode as dawn and sunset. So that gives us a much easier path to Peripherine than we've had before. Without having to go through Rose, we can go through Lantern instead. Alright, let's see what's left on our to-read shelf here. So the Messenger awaiting her destination gives us more door and wall. This one gives us resurgences and emergences. Okay, so let's see, what do we need for transformations and liberations? We need Forge or Moth. So we have one Moth here. We have another Moth we're making with the Wind and Waiting. Forge. We can get Foresight, so Forge, so that's 2. So let's keep track down here, because we're going to need 8, Moth or Forge. Another one we can do Touch, which we can get from the bust over here. So that's going to be 2, 3. 4. We can make a named a riddle using the old wound. Just need somewhere that takes that takes this and knock. Preliminal meter does not make that. We need something. Need Moth 10. So instead of Shapt, we need a Fet to make a named a riddle. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 with the Wind and Waiting. And we can do another Newman, because we're about to use that other Newman. So we need Moth Newman. Loopholes. Then we can do ambrosial over here for impulse. We can do pattern for forge. Okay, so let's do another count here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have 8 forge and moth memories that we can use to make transformations and liberations maxed out. The history plant has risen. Gather its blooms. All right. So that gives us everything we need to max out transformations and liberations. Bust bears a slight but definite resemblance to the many depictions of the notorious Eva de Wolf, but surely Eva bore only a son, and her granddaughters died young. Memory touch. Okay, so we can come over here now with the Ascendant Harmony and that, and Ornoscopy, and a Soul Piece, and craft a Didymos. Evoke a chilly sky influence. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's count. So what's 1, 2. Why did I read that one for some Grail? Did I? Oh, I read the wrong book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just need one more. We can read it. We can make an occult scrap. That'll only take 30 seconds. There we go. That's 8. And there's our Didymos, our Wind and Waiting. And there's our Name Day Riddle. So we're actually over now on Mothman and Forge memories. So let's get this done. Transformations and liberations. Examine, appreciate, catalog. Name Day Riddle. Impulse. Pattern. Touch. Foresight. Loopholes. Curious Hunch. And occult scrap. Lesson. Metal. There's always more to learn. This skill is now level 9. Just in time before dawn. Or before night falls. And we managed to use up all but one of our lessons. We still have the preliminal meter to use up. But we'll figure out something to do with that one tomorrow. We can hang on to this memory satisfaction for now. Might find a use for that tomorrow. And there we go. Transformations and Liberations is maxed out. Forge and Moth are less different than we think. Every change is in some way a release. And with that, we have reached the end of the day, just in time. What do we have still ticking over? Oh, a bed that we just put a memory in. Okay, and so for that, I think we will go ahead and call it a day now. Oop. Yep, there's our Didymos. So that gives us more Nock Lantern and Sky and Winter. So we can use that when we do whatever we want to do with Preliminal Meter. Listen. Alright, so I think we will go ahead and call it a day at this point. Thank you for joining me. If you've been enjoying what you've been watching, please leave a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe, and I will see you all on tomorrow.